And let me tell you some shit that I did that I probably would never do, bro. And this shit, like, as far as an ego is concerned, it's an ego killer. But you know what I'm saying? Based on where I'm going and where I'm headed, I see like I've made the right decision. But you know what I'm saying? Like, uh, 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 if I was a slave to my ego, then I would feel like I handled it wrong. But so there was an incident where this evil homosexual bitch down here lied and said I put my hands on her, and she told her little significant other that I put my hands on her. So, like the pawn he is, he comes and he wants to defend the honor of his bitch, which is understandable if it was warranted and if it was true. But she was 100% lying. I never touched this bitch a day in my life. She wanted me to put that dick in her life, and I won't. But back to the story. So anyway, so he comes and he asks me what's happened. I'm like, bro, I ain't never touched her in my life. Like, what reason do I have to touch her? Mind you, she done lied on me before and said that I done called her out her name and all of this and all of that. But whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't do that shit either. But she is a bitch. But I didn't say that to her. You know what I'm saying? But she is a bitch for sure. So anyway, so he asked me, he like, man, like, I'm gonna ask you again. And I'm like, my nigga, you can keep asking me all you want. The answer is not gonna change. Like, I'm not finna lie and say I did something that I didn't do, which is something the police try to do too. Like, they try to fear you and scare you into confessing to something you didn't do. But anyway, back to the story. So dude put his hands on me basically about the lie this bitch told. But the shit that fucked me up is like I ain't do nothing to him. I didn't say I'm not. I'm definitely getting my lick back. That's not a question. None of these homosexuals are gonna put their hands on me and keep their life for it. But back to the story. What if he would have came around me and tried to take my life behind the lie that this bitch want to tell? You telling me I'm wrong for defending my life and he lose his life behind a lie that this bitch want to tell because he want to believe his evil lesbian bitch over another man telling him she's lying. So she has no problem putting him up to this shit, and I could tell he didn't even want to do it, but it's like niggas be letting these bitches control them like the pawns they are. But back to the story. What if he would have came around me on some worse shit and I whacked this nigga because he want to defend the honor of the evil lesbian bitch putting him up to some shit that she lying about? Nobody look at shit from that perspective. Like, this bitch has no problem on that evil shit and bringing evil to another person based on a lie this bitch want to tell. But I'm supposed to give a fuck about the lives of bitches that walk around acting like that? Fuck out of here. I never have and I never will. I said what I said. Sauce Lord shit.